Right, this is not a great walker.
Mike, who's got to go live button, Mike? Was that you?
Yeah,
No,
Dave.
me.
It's a Charlie Ward lookalike.
Yeah, you're backstage.
Yeah, it's a real walker cock up. Dave, this
No,
is
no countdown timer, straight in off the bat, eh? Right, God.
Are we on or what?
Oh.
Yeah, we are live. Yeah, it says
right,
live.
Dave, this is Andrew.
No countdown timer, nothing, just straight in.
Yeah, you just did it. You just did it.
Hey, 9:10. I've just had 2 pints of Valium.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go and have a lay down in the dark room after dealing with this.
Yeah, we know what you do in dark rooms, laying down, but we don't talk about that in private. Dave, this is Andrew.
Hello,
Pleased to meet you.
This is Dave Witcher. Dave Witcher is the host here, as you can see, and he's as you see as we go on, it's you can talk about anything you like. There's no subject
in the dark room.
Yeah, you can talk about you want to be in a dark room if you like. You want to talk about being in Thailand and all that, because I can join in there. But we can all talk about Thailand, but getting away from there because there's too many secrets. So here you can talk about anything. So if anything you want to talk about, you can talk about cars. You can talk about the wretched government like we normally do, and then and you can do anything. The world is your oyster. It's like this is like sitting in a pub with your mates, just chatting. Okay. And that's why it's such a good laugh. And we do it till about 10:15, 10:30, and that's it then. Then we'll go home and think, what the fuck was all that about?
Right, what's a pub?
Eh?
What's a pub?
Oh yeah. Well.
No, I can go in them now. I've got my gold armband. I can put my gold armband on and my star on my chest. I think I've got it covered. I think I'll be able to get in the pub now. You know.
I think I'm getting mine off the dark web.
I like this dude. He's all right.
You can get it for about 50 quid. I've been told.
What's this you need? What is this? What is it you got to have?
This will give you a vaccine passport.
I don't want a vaccine passport.
No. You pay 50 quid and you don't have the vaccine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's like trying to dodge the SS Gestapo unit all the time. Yeah. I ain't going to do nothing like that.
Why not?
No.
You don't drink.
This is England, man.
The only way I'm going to get this jab is if I go to Thailand next year.
You're going to go?
I really want to go. There are some vloggers I want to meet.
Right. Yeah, of course that's what it is. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to go and meet the Queen of Pattaya.
Yeah. Well, you mean you Patel? You don't know Sawadee Cup. Sit down, please. They pull your arm. Walking down to Walking Street. I'm walking there, and I must have. I was with me. I had a girlfriend there, and she's like fighting them off. And my arms are like this, and I'm going like this as they're pulling me from one side. You know what it's like. Yeah. And you must sit down. Have drink. We give you drink. We do cheap drink here. Only 250 baht each. Fuck off.
So long as they don't call you Darkling, that's all right.
Or Kwai. You don't want to be called Kwai because that means buffalo. You know how Thais get really touchy about being called Kwai or buffalo.
Yeah. So Darkling is monkey's ass. So you might think you were in Darling. It's not. It's Darkling.
And the other one is like, if you want a bird, you have to say, I want a bird Mum Jai. That means big tits.
You've only got to go out to Downing Street and get that.
No. This is.
I mean, that's not just big tits. That's tits all over the place.
And you're right. There's a lot of them in Thailand. There's no doubt about it. And there's nobody under. I think the average age in Thailand is must be 42 for Brits. I reckon out there 42.
Don't know. It's been 10 years since I've been.
You haven't been for 10 years. I haven't been since 2007.
Sorry, it's 13 years. 2008.
Yeah, I went 2007. Last time I went was 2000. When I came back, and then when I came back, so I'm never going to go again.
No.
But I don't know. I've got a place to go.
In 2007, I spent 6 weeks on Koh Phangan. I had a mate, and a lot of our mutual friends were all DJs. So it was literally party all night, sleep during part of the day.
Happy days.
Parties 4 times a week, Half Moon, dark moon,
Oh, the
shiver
half moon
moon,
parties,
full
yeah.
moon.
Oh, the full moon parties. The full moon parties are the best. Did you do one in PP?
No, we were in Hat Yin,
All right. Well, what? Oh,
north of Koh Phangan.
yeah.
But
No, you're a
it's a
bit
bigger
remote.
party. It's a bigger party than Koh Samui.
Really?
I had a PP before I come in here.
Yeah. Oh, see, you have to lower the tone, doesn't he? See, we'll have to blow it every week.
I had a crap.
Hey! He's been to Holland. He's been for the
I
club.
did. I had some Chinese food. Like Maxine cooked some sort of Chinese foodie thing. It was lovely.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
lovely. So
I had a stir fry tonight. I was stir frying it up, royally regal, and had a nice bit of food tonight. And I'm looking at Lewis Hamilton dressed in a pair of curtains, and I'm thinking to myself, this man needs to pull himself together. Really, he does.
The man's a dickhead.
He does. Doesn't he? You know, I don't know if he's trail on. I don't know if he's trail on. I don't know what settings
He must have been double jabbed. That's the answer.
Yeah, double jabbed. I think you're absolutely right. I think it's complete crap. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it seems to me that's what's happened with the politicians. They all had jabs, but I think they really got the wrong stuff because none of them seem to know what the fuck they're doing.
No.
Because
my mate sent me a video the other night from Harlow Hospital. I've got a funny feeling she was up there with her young boy Elliot. I don't know what he's been up to. He's always putting peas up his nose and doing so. He's always in there with little bits of. But she sent me some videos and she said, "I have never ever seen so many ambulances." And mate, I am telling you now, you want to see if I can screen share it in a minute. I'll find it and I'll screen share it. I have never seen so many ambulances pulling up outside an hospital in my life. She said there was two young lads that were taken out in stretchers. She said one of them was a black lad, and he was kind of tied into this thing so he didn't fall out. And she said he was grey. She said he had no colour in him whatsoever.
Well, they talk about COVID.
Well, who knows? I mean, I can show you the videos. I'm not lying. I mean,
a couple of years ago, I had some. It was the first of my stress episodes at work, and I didn't know what to, I had stomach pains and everything. And eventually I called NHS hotline. They sent me an ambulance within about 15 minutes. And the ambulance people turned up at the front door. They fucked me, sit down. And they just wheeled me out.
What was wrong with you?
What was that with you?
Don't know. It wasn't trapped wind, what I thought it was. It was just stress. It was just stress.
Open the windows.
They put a pin in you, and they tied one foot to the bed.
They pumped me full of 3 different sets of antibiotics and saline. Kept me there till 6:30 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
So obviously you were right, but I mean, was it painful?
It really was. It was only when the antibiotics started to go through that it stopped hurting.
Right. Wow.
What do you make of this current time period? Do you think this is just a bad strain of pneumonia? What's your point of view on what's going on now?
No, there is definitely a virus.
Yeah.
It's definitely from China. It definitely came from a lab. I don't think the Chinese would be stupid enough to deliberately release a virus, because once a virus is out, it can't be controlled. This is what all these dickhead politicians don't understand. Lockdowns will not work because the virus will still be there.
Yeah, exactly.
I never follow the logic of any of this. I mean, we've been through all kinds of weird and wonderful stuff. Every year, thousands and thousands die of flu. Thousands.
No,
and we're not locked down. People don't wear masks.
I can understand at the start when they really didn't know what was going on. That 3 weeks of the old 3 weeks to flatten the curve. But after that, they should have realised what was going on. But power went to their head. They're all these people. They're all compliant. They'll all do what they're told.
Yeah, but Andrew, this gets back to the WEF, to the Klaus Schwab. This is this is the World Economic Forum's talking. This is using we know it's true, using a bacteria to get their own way, to force people to become. When you've got nothing, you'll be happier.
A bacteria you can control. A virus you can't control.
Well, if it carries on like this, Andrew, you won't be out of control of population because we're sick of it.
No, I know. I know. I was on the march. About 3 weeks ago in London.
Right.
Went down from Marble Arch to Clapham Common, and you could feel the anger. I mean, there was anger in the marchers, but all around in the streets, going down through Vauxhall, Kennington, all the way down to through Brixton. I mean, the people there they were applauding, stamping their feet.
Wow.
It's all there. It's all.
The thing is, though, right? The thing is, Andrew, protesting and marching, it what does it do? Like, don't get me wrong.
It doesn't do anything.
It doesn't. No.
I've been involved with my MP. I basically told him he's a fucking waste of space, and unless he goes against the COVID passports and the compulsory vaccines, he's going to be out of a job.
Good, and they should be out of a job.
Is he a conservative?
Well, yeah, I suppose so.
You mean he's communist?
Yeah.
I mean, they just had a cabinet reshuffle.
I said to him, look, you're ignoring these protests. I said, but what happens when we have 1 million or 1.5 million people on the streets and they're so fucking angry, it's midweek and they march on Parliament? Then the voices will be heard, but then it's too late for you lot. And it seems that his last letter, he's actually listening.
I've got to jump in the chat room in a minute. So
I'm just looking at you now, just looking at the chat room. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Jesus Jones and all that. And come on, 830. Hello. How you doing? But just getting back to what you were saying. As far as the virus and is concerned, it's a given that everybody's fucked off with it. Everybody feels like they want to pick up an AK-47 and start shooting people. Well, I mean, I've got a lot of candidates. One of them's very blonde and small and fat, and he's got a wife called Princess Nut Nut, and they need really taking out and seeing them because these people are out of control and power drunk. They're not running the country.
The Boris that went into hospital is not the same Boris.
We said that, didn't we? On the Gold Club. Everybody agrees that Boris that went in isn't the Boris that's come out.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. Everyone else I know's had COVID, can't speak, can't do nothing, lose all that. He was in and out in about 2 weeks, and he was as right as ninepence. I mean, did he ever have it?
If you actually look at him, he still hasn't recovered.
No, I don't think he went in. I think he went in. It wasn't COVID he went for. I think he went in for something else because he looks shell shocked. Mind you, living with that prat he's married, that just tells you all you need to know. She's a Satanist anyway.
I was hoping it was HIV.
You're a nice bloke to know, you, Andrew. I've got to say, you really are a nice bloke to know. But I've got to say, as far as Boris and the rest of them are concerned, he's had a cabinet reshuffle. He gets rid of Dominic Raab. That was good. Put Liz Truss in. That's very good. But he kept Priti Patel, who's pretty fucking useless, as Home Secretary. What on earth? Because she's the prat that's given the minge munching prat in Scotland Yard. Yeah.
The reason
press the dick. He's given another 2 years. She's done press the dick, and are they licking each other to death? Or what? What's going on here?
The reason he's kept her is she's too popular in the Tory party for him to get rid of this time.
Well, she might be, but she's fucking useless.
She keeps fucking up. She's gone.
Well, she should have gone this time.
Yeah.
The thing is, Michael Gove. Michael Gove. He's now housed.
Have you heard? Belfield's just stuck out a video.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I read that this morning about what him, listened to him, what he was talking about, and he did 20 years ago, and he's absolutely right. 30 years ago, anybody who had that on their record, anybody 20, 30 years ago, should be sacked if that's what it is. Personally, I don't actually give a fuck. It's like saying that I robbed a bank 50 years ago, but am I still a bank robber? People do change.
No, of course you're a nice bloke.
I know you're lying. But it's like saying Diane Abbott is going to change. Diane Abbott's a prat. That's certain. She's someone who's in a position that she shouldn't be in. But because she's in a constituency that worship her for whatever reason, basically because she's black, and
So
basically
did Jeremy Corbyn.
she's a racist. She's a racist. And that's why she gets in. She protects all the racial instincts. I mean, her and that Dawn Butler. Look at it. I mean, driving around in a Mercedes erratically, she gets pulled over, and I only got pulled over as black. Well, the driver was white, and they did it on purpose. I mean, things like that. And then it's all picked up by the media. Oh, they're all racist. We're not all racists. I'm not a racist. My girl is black as Newgate's knocker. I mean, Dave knows that she's a chocolate bunny. You know, she's lovely. But I mean, yeah, she is. But I mean, the thing is, so does that, because I make derogatory comments about black people, does that make me a racist? No, it doesn't. I'm just casting an opinion. My opinion is whatever it is. I don't see how calling someone, I wouldn't use the word nigger. I wouldn't use the word because I don't like it. I don't like the word coon. I've been in the room in Antigua where that word was coined, and it's a disgusting, filthy, horrible word because of everything that was being said about it. So you don't say those words, because they're just not nice words to say. But I call her just about everything and lay my tongue on it. But I only say in jest when I'm having a laugh with her.
Go use the word fuzzy wuzzies.
Oh.
No.
Well, why not? There was a war of the fuzzy wuzzies. There was actual war of the fuzzy wuzzies.
It was the Sudanese.
Yes.
If you go back to the late Victoria times.
That's right.
I mean, wogs, for example, that actually means worker on government service. And that also referred to the Egyptians who worked for the British government in Egypt.
Yeah.
But people, they've lost their meaning. Fuzzy Wuzzies is a bit strange because it was only old school teachers that use that kind of phraseology.
Yeah, but Fuzzy Wuzzy, I mean, the thing is, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair, so Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Is that racist? Is that racist? No, it isn't. It's a nursery. I mean, it's just like
racism and all these claims someone that's called you this or someone that's called you that. It's money. It's the judiciary love that. Now, if there wasn't any money in that for the judiciary and solicitors and barristers alike, it wouldn't even be on the table. Behind every multifaceted layered thing that we come across with the judiciary and the police, always smell the money out. It's always to do with money. Always. Speeding, money. The whole setup now, bailiffs coming out, coppers there, right on their heels, helping them out. Why? It's money. It's revenue. That's all they're there for. They're not there.
And that's why, Dave, as you said previously before, that the police stand on common law. Now,
they should do. They don't. They don't. They should do.
They should do. And that's why you ask if they're on their oath.
Yeah, but they swear a corporate oath. That's the thing, and it's.
Well, that's right. But there are. If you read their oath, if you read it, and you think, wow, if that's true, they're for us, but they're not. The thing is with the police. I mean, they're totally out of control. They're not. I mean, these people on the M25. What did they do? They stood there saying, "Oh, if we can do anything for you," they're sitting and own up with the traffic, bringing a Southeast thing to a standstill. Oh, and the police are going, "Oh, anything we can do for you?" And it's fine. And now everybody's going, "Well, what are we? What are we? Why are we allowing these people to do this?"
If I'd been caught on the M25 in there, I'd give them 5 minutes to clear the road, then I'd drive over them slowly.
That works for me.
That's the kind of stuff I'm into. I like that. There's and the thing is, the police give it. Oh, we're whiter than white. We're there to uphold the law.
No, they can't be white. They want to have equal representation from all minorities.
But
there was the fact 80% of the population is white.
There's
you can't be prosecuted, Dave. You can't be prosecuted unless there's a victim on common law. There has to. So basically, you can't. You can't be prosecuted for speeding because there's statutes. There's statutes.
You can. Unless you can separate the person from the man. Of course.
Well, that's what we're going to do with our birth certificates.
Yeah. It's like, can a person do 37 and a 30? No, he can't, because a person doesn't have a body. It doesn't have a mind. A person is just a piece of paper.
Can a piece of paper drive?
Well, there you go. But this week, there's been a serving coppers, gone abroad, got ratted He's got behind the wheel of a car and he's just on a motorbike. I mean, who are these people? Police. I mean,
what happened to him?
He's killed a guy. Well, nothing. He's been cuffed up out there where he is, whether he's going to face whatever it is.
Do you know where he was? Because if he's in Thailand,
no, it wasn't Thailand. I thought it was Spain,
Portugal, or Spain. Yeah. So he's just killed a man. So in that, just that one instance of that, the whole gig's off. You know, it's like, look at the BBC. One paedophile in the BBC. To me, you've got to tar them with the same brush until they prove otherwise. You know, would you put your hand in a bowl of M&Ms? There is no way. There is no way that anybody now, if they've got any sense, will take any notice. Anybody bangs on the door, some bailiff, tell them to fuck off. You know, I'm a debt collector. Yeah, thanks for. You say to him, debt collector comes to your door. He says, come to collect the debt. So, well, whose debt is it? Well, we bought this debt and we pay. We say it's our debt now. So, well, thank you for settling my debt. Bye. I never asked you to settle my debt. So, thank you for settling it for me. Thank you. Goodbye. I don't know you. I don't know you anything. You bought that without my consent. So how can they come to you? How can they come to you and ask for money?
I've had debt collectors knocking on the door looking for previous tenants. And they said, well, will you let us in? I said, no, fuck off. No. I'm not letting you in.
That's the worst thing to do.
Can you prove who you are? I said, give me a mirror. Yes, it's me.
I'm going to say, I take issue with that. I would take issue with that.
There's a lot of truth. There's a lot of truth in what you just said there. Let me tell you. There's I've got a guy who lives in Valencia. His name's Cedric Edwards. He's Jamaican, but he put this out the other day, and I tell you what, this is brilliant. He said, I laugh when people say we have to take back our country. He said, it's not your country and it never was. He said, you're a tax-paying wage slave working for a corporation called the UK. He said, it's a bit like working for minimum wage at Harrods and claiming it's your shop while the boss reaps the profits. They're letting who they want. They sell the goods to who they want and when it suits them. They sell the store to new owners. They will keep the name while you fight to protect what you believe is yours. It's true. We are a nation of tax-paying wage slaves. We own nothing. We don't own our homes. We don't own our cars. We don't own our children. We have no control over them. If a man can come and take your house because you haven't paid council tax, it was never yours in the first place. If they can take your car because you don't pay tax, insurance and MOT, it wasn't yours in the first place. And that's the truth. That's the facts. People don't like it because you tell it so blatantly true, but that's the truth. If a man in a uniform or can come and take your car off you, if there's no injured party, there's no man or woman that you've run over, maimed, or then there is no crime because you don't have two elements for the crime to be there, but they're robbing us nonetheless. So we are a nation. We can be as highfalutin as we like. We can drive Ferraris.
Well, they did that in Australia, didn't they? They took that 30 grand car off the guy, and there was no recourse. He couldn't get it back. They just said, we're taking it, and that's it. He went.
You have a mafia,
and he went to court and he couldn't get it back.
We have a mafia now in this country that have secured places where they take our property. And bearing in mind, this Crown Corporation is all about annihilation and desolation. And this is why we're in such a mess. They're continuing to take children every day for no real reason. They're taking cars every day off of people and homes off of people because they can't pay this and that. Well, it just proves
they take the kids because when they register their kids, they give them a birth certificate, which is the debtor's birth certificate, which has got your name and your surname, which you shouldn't. That's the wrong one to have. But that's as soon as you give them that, you have just given your children away, and that is why they can come and take them, because they are now in charge of those kids' corporations.
Well, as you know, Mike, if you get the birth certificate, which I've got this one here, which I've had notarized and stuff like that. But he said the given names is David Paul. This is my one, and this was done in 1967. And it's only my mum and dad that have got the surnames on them of Witcher. But interestingly, I was born on the 14th of September, but the date of birth, the registration date, is the 19th of September. So if ever the police or anyone writes to me now, I always say my name's David Paul. and the date of birth is the 19th of September, which means I'm the creditor of the estate and not the debtor.
Right.
You know, and you know, these truths we're coming into. I think the system knows we're here and it knows we're coming, and we do win certain things. You know, we've had some fantastic results this year with court cases. We've literally cases that really, in essence, people should be behind bars now serving time, but they're not, and they've walked out of court and they are scot-free by using 4 lines. You know, and that's taken out the barristers, that's taken out the prosecutors, that's taken out the solicitors, the clerks, and the judges, that they just can't move. So that's brilliant for me. And if we can focus on them things, and if we can help people in that struggle just by getting on a level with the judiciary and the banks and police, then we'll have this country back straight before we know it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dave, there's this. They tie up what they call legalese, don't they?
Of
And
course.
what I'm going to buy is the law dictionary. The law dictionary is a complicated book whereby we get sent letters, all in capital letters, and as I said last week, a capital is like the cat sat on the mat in capitals, and the cat sat on the mat in lowercase means 2 different things.
Oh yeah. Well, this all
absolutely 2 different things completely, and that is why everything you get has got Mr., which you shouldn't be. You're not titled Michael Simon Reynolds. Okay, now as far as I'm concerned, now Mr.'s gone, Reynolds has gone. I'm just Michael Simon.
That's how we should be, Christian.
Or you could put Michael Simon of the family Reynolds. Okay,
where are you, Andrew? When Mike talks like this, where are you at with that?
In ancient times,
he was 12 then.
Yeah, or maybe 11. But about 3,000 years ago, the Jews that lived in Israel, they didn't have surnames. They just called themselves Michael, son of Simon.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
surnames were created by the so-called Western democracies.
Yeah, it was all about what you did, like David Farmer, Andrew Fletcher, Michael Cooper. You know, they were all different sorts of what they did. You know, but the Vikings had had first names, and they were always the son of. So it's all very complicated, and this was being created to make money. That's what it's about. You would get your surname is about making money, and in fact, there is no such thing as money anyway. Because the only way you can make any money, the only money comes along is when you sign an agreement. That's when the money comes. Like buying a car or on a high purchase. There's no money. But if you sign it, all of a sudden you've got 50 grand to buy yourself a Mercedes. Where'd that come from?
Well,
you've created money out of your corporation.
Well, Lewis Hamilton's getting all the money at the minute. He's buying curtains to keep his pants up. What do you see in the future, Andrew? What? I'm just curious because obviously it's the first time I spoke to you, and I'd like to know where people are coming in. What do you think the future's going to bring?
Nothing very good. In actual fact, the next time I go to not next time, the time after I go to Thailand, I won't come back and I'll go off grid.
Yeah, I don't blame you, mate.
It's very easy to go off grid.
What do you do for a living, Andrew? Can I ask?
I'm contracting a fund managers at the moment.
Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I've got a mate of mine. He's got a place in Thailand or wherever he's out there. He can't get out there at the moment, but he's got a place. And he said, and I've got a lot of people actually that have left England and gone to Portugal. They're living in Portugal at the moment. And they're having such a lovely time. I'm someone that I've got to start. I mean, I'm tempted to go over to France and come back on a dinghy. It's got to be said, and get all the benefits and the beautiful English girls.
5-star hotel.
5-star hotel, travel lodges. Why not? Yes, sir. I thank you. I'll have some of that. But yeah, no, I'm someone I've got to stay and fight, mate, and I've got to stay and fight for people. I've had in the last few weeks so many people. I've had a couple of women just floods of tears. They don't know what's scared for the future. So, you know, we're having to patch up a lot of people at the moment, and we've all got our own fallibilities. But yeah, we're in interesting times. I think if they carry on pushing and doing the things they're doing, I think I think they're really pissing the country off now.
People will understand.
If people can't see what's going on at the moment, then I think, in fact, they deserve the government they've got.
I mean, apart from Andre's channel, Maya, who's a bit of a wet wimp,
Maybe
people are angry.
Yeah,
and it's building and building and building, and then one day it's going to explode.
Oh, it's going to explode, yeah, big time.
I just thought of something. Where's Spear Chatter? Spear
He's in the chat room. I'm just watching a video here. It's police and that.
Where are you, Spear Fry? Come on, get on here. Where are you?
I'm just watching a video of the M25. I don't know if this is live now. It's probably earlier today. There's drivers now and getting angry with people because they're parked up on the M25 and Sutton Road. But the police,
that was yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday? Was it?
And the police are protecting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? It's an agenda, isn't it? There's an agenda at play.
Well, it's all about the save the planet, isn't it? Let's kill everybody down to 500 million, and as long as all the rich people have got about 450 million to look after them, they'll be happy bunnies for the rest of their life, wouldn't they? I mean, that's basically
my aim is to win Euro Millions next Friday.
Euro
I'll be off.
We got we got Spear Thrower in the room. He's going, can someone give me the link so I can join? Alan Merritt's in. Hello, Al.
Hello, Alan. We'll see you next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. That's naughty, isn't it? It's true. We will see you next Tuesday, Alan, darling. Come on.
Yes, we will. 7 years to get them back, says Danny Valentine. He's talking about the birth certificate business. Spear Thrower's going, give me the link, Dave, which I'm trying. This is all technical for me tonight. I'm not used to this stuff. Charles Ernest Spencer's in the room. A few people. We've got about I think about 20 people watching on the live stream as well. I've got a little eye camera.
Andrew, that's a lot for us. Andrew, that's a lot for us because I get bored with us because.
Oh, they go.
Oh.
It's because Dave's the worst plumber on the planet. Really, he says he's the second best plumber in the planet. He's not. He's
Sorry, did you say that was Andre?
I'm supposed to have lunch with him, and this week, tomorrow, today, and so I said to him last week. He phoned me out and said, "Look, mate," he said, "I really need you back on the show." He said, "And would you come back?" I went, "No." So he said, "Well, would you do a show with me on Sunday, like you asked you to do?" I went, "No." He said, "Well, what would you do?" I said, "No." So he said to me, "Would you do a monthly roundup?" And I went, "Yeah, I think I'll be inclined to do that." I said, so I said to him, "Look," I said, "if you want to talk about this, what do you reckon?" He said, "Well, what do you reckon?" I said, "Well, let's meet next week. We'll talk about it and see if I'm into it or it's worth doing. Then I'll do a monthly roundup on the show, perhaps every 4 weeks, which I thought would be good because it gives you a chance, new, which is what the show needs. Not that it really does need a breath of fresh air." And he said, "Fine." So he said to me, I said, "I'll ring you on Sunday and I'll make arrangements to see you during the week." So I rang him Sunday, no guys. I texted him, nothing. Hasn't even read it. Then I got back to him. I said, "Are you? I haven't heard from you. What's happening?" So I said, "Are we doing this?" Didn't read it, and I just went back. I said, "I'll take that as a no then," and that's it. So I tried hard. I did what I could, but what's the point?
I was supposed to be doing something with him on China.
Well, yeah, well, that's right. Well, he said that, and I don't know why you're not bringing Charlie in on that actually, because Charlie, you one end and Charlie the other. You've got real good balance there. You've got the old and the young. I mean, you're the young, of course. Charlie's the old one, because I mean that will give a real, because from your point of view and Charlie's point of view, are completely two different things, and the perspective will be really interesting watching. Because Charlie's really intelligent anyway, and you working for a bank, worldly, you've travelled a bit as well, so it makes it all good watching. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, I don't know. Did you see the show with Annabelle Welsh, David, and me?
No, I don't watch it very often.
That was an absolute cracker. It was the best that we've ever done. There was just three of us, and it just went from person to person to person. No script, nothing. It was the best thing I've seen on the channel.
Well, that's how it should go. That's how it should be, shouldn't it? It should be. What's the word? I've got to tell Speedthrow how to get on how to do the end. Speedthrow.
I'm trying. Oh, hang on. Invite guests.
Yeah, I've got that.
Settings. How do I? I'm trying to do that as well.
It's Studio Restream IO, then guest / guest / whatever it is. I can't work it out. I mean, if he gives us an email, we'll email it to him. See, what have you got? So your chat is different to mine, Dave.
Why?
Well, because I seem to have a different site. I've got the last chat I've got is from Kamon. Then I've got Karen, Jesus. I've got all that.
Is he?
But he's in. He's always in, mate. Yeah, but I can't. I just can't work it out. I don't know what sort of chat. You've got a lot of different. I've got Lauren Page. I've got and Sandy. All these people, but you've got a different lot than I have. Why is that?
I don't know.
I've got private chat and the main chat.
Yeah, I've got chat. All I've got is chat overlay. It's
Dinosaurs working with technology.
Well, that's what Jason does. Jason's is the whiz kid.
Oh, he's the techie man, isn't he? I mean, he's tech. Yeah. That's what Jason loves it.
He does.
He gets frustrated with us, but he don't realise I play with plumbing fittings and bathrooms all day.
Yeah, well, I don't tell you what I play with. It's too disgusting, but that's another story. Not one to wish to discuss it.
Have you been round the doctor's surgery lately? Had your boil on your balls tested?
Funny you should say that, Dave. Only yesterday I give it a miss.
Oh, what about the woman coming out with a visor and the space mask with the clippy thing?
Oh, yeah. Have you seen, when it all started, she came out looking like she was fucking going to go beekeeping, and she had a pair of tongs 6 foot long. Not joking, and she said, "What you got in your hand?" That's a personal question. So she reached out with these tongs and grabbed what I had in my hand and took it inside with her. And I was quite astonished.
That must have been very painful.
It was. She didn't put it inside her, did she?
No, well, I'm a world traveller. I've been around.
He's a travelling man. He's a travelling man. She looked out like, didn't she? She looked like a bit like of a robot, really.
Yeah, but let's be honest. I mean, you go in that surgery and it's totally depressing because all the women sit there looking like they hate you, and they clearly hate you because they don't want you to be there because you're a nuisance. We got work to do. Well, we are your work. We don't see it like that. They could be sitting there talking about EastEnders, because that's about as far as their intelligence goes, with Whispering Phil and all that. So that's what they'd rather be doing. They're sort of doing what they should be doing. Having said that too, one of the women up there, I phoned her up and said I was in a lot of pain. I had this problem. And she said, "I'll get you an appointment." And she did. She got an appointment straight away. And she said, "I'll push someone out of the way." So she did that. And I thought that was very kind of her. And would you believe Well, who's come on? We got another.
I've got to let someone in now.
That's Jason.
Is that Jason?
Right, okay, Dave and Mike. This is really hard work, but
as far as their intelligence goes.
Right, Mike.
Whispering Phil.
Right, Mike.
So that's what they want to be doing. They're sort of doing what they should be doing. Having said that,
okay, Mike. Jason,
your volume's up. We can hear it's all double playing.
Yeah, and you're well behind us on the chat. She did that, and I thought that was very kind of her.
Hang on a second. Right, is that better?
That's it, love.
Right, sorry, mate. Right, let's make this really, really simple for you, Dave. Bottom of the screen, can you see invite guests?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, can you see 2 little blue squares that says copy to clipboard?
No. Where am I looking?
Did you click on invite guests at the bottom? The circle.
Yeah, I got that. Invite guests. Yeah, I got that.
Have you got it, Dave?
Clipboard. Yeah, I got that.
No, has Dave got it?
Invite guests.
Yeah, invite guests. When you click on that, can you see the two little blue squares?
Oh.
I just clicked on it and it.
Okay, click on the two little blue squares to copy the clipboard.
I've
Yeah.
done it now. So
No,
I
go
can't
and
paste it from a
in the chat
Chromebook.
room, and you're done.
I can't paste it from a Chromebook. Oh, hang on, no, it's
course you
copy and
can.
paste.
Of course you can. Control button and V, or just right click and paste.
Control and V.
Or right click and paste in the chat room, and then that'll be there for them.
Here we
What
go,
is that,
guys.
There you go, you've done it. There you go. That's your lesson over on how to paste a link.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, till next
Well,
week.
we'll
Have
get
to tell us again. Not a clue. It's fun here, isn't it?
There
You don't
go,
often
guys.
see Jason at this time. He's usually in his darkened room.
Yeah.
In the darkened room with you lot.
Well, Mike,
That's
there's
cool.
this picture, right? There's a picture up of a woman. She's got a face nappy, round her ears, round her face, round her chin. She's got a visor on, and she's lighting a cigarette. And I'm thinking to myself, we've lost our minds. We have lost our minds, surely to God.
Yeah, but this is the sort of one that hangs upside down in the wardrobe during the day. I mean, they're completely. These women are not of this planet. I mean, what are these people? They are not human beings. I don't see anybody who can wear a covering over your face, can wear all the gear and all that. They cannot be want to be human. But why would you want to stop yourself being able to sort of interact with people? I mean, you go in go in Tesco's, you go wherever you're going to go in a shop, or you're walking down the street, and there's somebody walking towards you, and they got a mask on, and the first thing they do when they see is they start moving out of the way. You know, like you're some sort of contaminated sort of piece of shit. You know,
You should just cough over them.
well, you do. You know, I thought it was you should just go like that. It's good. Can you help me? They take the fuck off. You know, and they get well. Like I've had before. Dave's had it before. You know, I mean, people like.
We've got Mr. and Mrs. Spearthrower in the room now.
Hello, Jenny. Forget to
Hey.
Hello, Jenny. How you darling?
Haha.
Where's Jenny?
She's here.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi.
How are you,
Hello,
darling?
Jen.
Yeah, we'd rather talk to you than your husband because your husband doesn't talk. You talk a lot more sense than he does. Got very quiet. He's gagged her. Do you see that? I bet he's gagged her. You're supposed to put the mask over her face, not in her mouth. What's the matter with you? And also, can I just say, like, the picture of you? I mean, Jenny. What's the picture? Is she the other eye? Like the other, like if you put a married couple on your avatar, would it be two? Would it be two eyes, 4 feet, and
Yeah.
Big blue one.
Look a bit like me. But there you go. So,
Apparently, Michael, in Golders Green now, if you buy 3 masks, you get a foreskin for free. It's all right, isn't it? I've ordered 2, just in case.
well, you have to go around the synagogue for that on the snip day, don't you?
Get your mask there and your free foreskin.
They do. They cut you. I mean, can you imagine that as a kid? I mean, like when you're just born and your little foreskin cut off. I mean, it must be painful. Baby crying. I mean, blimey. Oh.
I wouldn't like it at any age.
I was circumcised at 5. I had to have it because my insides was bigger than the skin. But anyway, moving on swiftly.
You're so modest.
What is the point of circumcision? I don't understand it.
It's about cleanliness. A lot of Jewish women won't sleep with a man who's got a foreskin, which is not true because it isn't.
Not even a 3 skin or a 5 skin.
Yeah, that's right. It depends how much Viagra you've had during the night. But that's
I've heard of 5-star, not 5 skin. 5-star.
Yeah, I've got to say it's all very disappointing and upsetting because you know
You get with
Jewish
COVID.
women are very sexy, very sexy women. You know, Andrew knows. But I mean, they're very, very. I mean, I've had quite a few Jewish girlfriends, and you know, they love the bacon sandwich. You know, they know none of that synagogue stuff and that Star of Day.
I see it as just genital mutilation of a baby.
I agree with you.
I'll tell you what, there was quite a nice
But
picture
the
of that
baby doesn't
baby.
actually remember it.
No,
Doesn't matter. You're still hacking bits off the genitals of a baby.
Yeah, but why are we talking about? Why are we talking
It's a big thing when it's a girl, isn't it?
Look what's happening with the Muslims at the moment. In their back gardens, they're killing animals. Killing animals when they're doing for Eid, to halal. I mean, now you're going anywhere. All the meat's halal. Why is there no? It's a barbaric way of killing animals. So why are we putting
one at a time, please?
So,
I think it might be fake.
You think so?
Yeah, because they when the halal people start killing their animals, it's got to be in some kind of abattoir and not a field.
I see. Well,
Don't know about that. I thought they just had to have the press. The press said over them, and then.
Yeah, I mean they all say prayers over them. But for example, with kosher meat, with Jewish kosher meat, that has to be done at an abattoir. That can't be done anywhere else.
Right.
And there's somebody in the chat room called Lauren Page said, and the priest sucks it.
What? Oh yeah, circumcision. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, the priest really?
They do.
I'm surprised the Catholics haven't taken that up. And the Catholic priests, I thought they like sucking the foreskins off a baby. I mean, that's disgusting. Oh, is that true?
Maybe the baby enjoys it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, with the Jewish circumcision, it's not a priest or anything. It's just a doctor who's very, very skilled at it.
He just snips off the top, doesn't he?
Is it like a cigar clipper?
Yes.
No.
It's a little cigar clipper, isn't it, for a wiener?
Have you had yours done then, Andrew, or what?
Yeah, about I think I was 8 days old.
I don't want you to get out and show it to us. All right? Oh, that's what we don't want, right? This is not bang. There's a play on words. This is not Bangkok.
Yeah, don't do it, Jeffrey Tubin.
If you do, can you put the camera on wide lens, please?
Yeah, for you, yeah, absolutely.
So Andrew, we're both roundheads, me and you, Andrew, yeah?
Yeah.
Now we know this show is all bollocks.
You're starting to feel a bit Jeremy Kyle in here, isn't it?
Yeah. He's on talk radio now. God, what a bore.
Oh man, I'm not sure about Jeremy. He got hold of Kate Pepperami the other week, the toxic nurse in the toxic world, and she's campaigning to get $100,000 now for her legal fees when her partner's some big Bitcoin billionaire or whatever. I find it all a bit nefarious, really. But he outed her, and he got her son to ring up, or her son rang up the show on Radio 2, and they were both outing. And Jeremy Vine's part in things was, "Oh, well, I hope your mother gets better and goes and sees someone for a bit of mental health." Because here's the thing: if you think outside the box and you think on your own 2 feet, and I've always done it ever since I left school. Well, all my life I've never followed any mainstream nonsense. But if you walk your own path and talk your own talk, they naturally assume that you need help because you're not singing from the same hymn sheet as the rest of the sheep. And I'm sorry, but I'd rather walk my own path and be my own man any day than walk together with 1,000 people all walking to the end of destruction. And and that's where, funnily enough, this is all going to end up if people don't wake up very, very soon.
Mm.
You know, it really is. People don't realise how serious this is.
I think I'd rather walk with 1,000 people to the London Stadium to see West Ham.
Well, hey,
please! That is like being struck blind. I mean, why would you go and see West Ham? My brother-in-law's a West Ham supporter. That just tells you you need to know, really. Come to think of it, he's a plumber too. But he is a complete tosser. But that's beside the point. The point is, the only one team in London, that's Spurs, and they drew 2-2 to them in the mundane league in Europe. I mean, that just shows how much they spent hundreds of millions, and they drew 2-2 in Europe, the mundane league. So
Alan Merritt says it's a load of bollocks. Go on, Al. Talk about keeping it real, Al.
Get on here, Al. If you want to, come on in, Al. We're coming on your show on Tuesday, aren't we? Next Tuesday.
We are. We are.
Yeah, we'd have been on yesterday, but it was Dave's birthday. How was your birthday, darling? Bless your heart. Did you get a nice?
Well, it was.
Hang on a second. Before you continue, if you want to be nice to me, you've got to tell me now. You've got cake.
Oh yeah.
What? Well.
I see what you're doing. Yeah. Oh, I can be around. I mean, I've got something happened. Something's really beautiful's happened in the last few weeks, Michael. I've got to tell you, there was a couple at my front gate about 2 weeks ago. She's an Indonesian Thai lady, and he's a Brit, and they're picking up.
I know her.
Right, they're picking up our finest manure from the front, as you know, we're the finest purveyors of manure in Kent. My place is Darling Buds and May. We're very parlarking down there. Anyway, she just catches me walking around the side of my offices at the corner. She went, oh, hello. I went, oh, hello, love. She went, you like bakery? I went, what? She said, bakery. And anyway, he said, bakery. Do you like confectionery? I went, yeah. He said, oh, she works at Plaxdole in a big bakery down there. I went, oh, lovely. He said, do you want us to drop some stuff? Well, let me tell you, I've had about 8 loaves of bread. I've got macaroons. I'm getting Eccles cakes. I'm getting donut. I'll drop you some round. Flapjacks. My freezer.
I live around the corner to you. I live around the corner. When you come in my house, you get treated like royalty. I have this tea, this.
I'll bring you some round. I've been busy. I've been doing a bathroom.
I'm sorry, I'm going to make you two jealous. When I was living in Zurich, I had a mate who worked in the Lindt Sprungli factory.
The chocolate factory.
Yeah.
Lindt chocolate's lovely.
She became my best friend.
I bet she did. Yeah. Did you? Is there anything? Did you get the chocolate liquid? And did you have late nights?
Yes.
Oh, liquid definitely, and the late nights.
Hello.
Yes, it's very nice. Yeah, a chocolate.
Michael, I will bring you some round, mate. I will bring you some round.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, what I do is I'll drive past. You can throw them as I go past in the car. Throw them in your bag full.
Yeah. Well, you drive slow enough. You'll probably get in the front window, no problem.
Now my Maserati's gone. Yeah.
He's lost his Mazda, hasn't he?
His Maserati's gone.
But
I'm thinking of buying. Yeah, I sold it. I got rid of it. It went for spares in the end. It was
what
such
are you buying
huge.
now?
I'm thinking. Would you believe I'm thinking of buying a Vauxhall Cresta. It's a 1959 Vauxhall, $8,000 it is, and I looked at it.
My dad had a Cresta.
Yeah, lovely. You know, with the big fins, one of those. And so I was thinking of that. That was $8,000. Then I thought, no. So anyway, so I'm thinking that sort of thing. Or I might buy a Dodge Charger.
A Charger. Oh, happy days.
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy another sports car, another Italian sports car.
Whereabouts are you, Andrew?
Manchester.
Oh, but you weren't born there, was you? Got like a bit of a London twist.
London.
Whereabouts?
No, I've been in exile for nearly 4.5 years.
It's proper exile, Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'll be back in London in January.
Where was you born?
Walthamstow.
He's 17. He's 17. My mate Brian Harvey.
Yeah. We were South London.
Yes, South East London we are. Yeah, no, I know.
Peckham. I lived in Peckham. He lived in Peckham around the corner. In fact, he used to live around the corner. So when I first got married in Marmont Road, he lived a couple of roads over. And I was born in Deptford. Lived at the Elephant and Castle. Done all of South East London, but went to Islington, but for my sins. But then came after 30 odd years. I came back and now live in Kent. But sad but true. But we're off again. I'm leaving. I think we're going to Tunbridge Wells.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I want to read the Telegraph and go.
It's posh in Tunbridge Wells, Michael. I've always found that people in Tunbridge Wells get out of the bath to take a piss.
They do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
No, I get out of the bath to take the piss.
I get out the bath to have a piss.
Oh, yeah. See.
Andrew,
your hair's pure white. See, my hair's only a little bit grey. Yours is pure white. You see, you dye your hair white anyway.
Mine, I've still got all my colour. I had to go around.
That bottle. There's a bottle in the corner. I can see it.
My mum got me some stuff. She said, "I know you're going all natural, son." She said, "So I've got you some shampoos and all this stuff. It's all natural." So she's got me all these shampoos and no chemicals in them because I said, I'm worth it, mother. I'm worth it. And I'm taking loads of stuff like cod liver oil. And all the greys disappeared.
Dave, a woman, someone called came on 8:30 said my sister lives on Peckham, North Peckham Estate.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up.
Where came on? Tell us whereabouts she lived on North Peckham. I know North Peckham. That's a rough house that was, wasn't it?
I lived on the North Peckham.
Oh, You wouldn't want to go around there late at night, would you? Well, you would do if you want to die.
I lived on the North Peckham for years. I lived on when I first moved to North Peckham, I lived at Walkford Way, and then my uncle Ron bought a house in Catford, and we took over his flat in Finchdean Way. So I lived in Finchdean Way, which is opposite the Samuel Jones's warehouse.
Yeah, that's what
the big butterfly. I lived there for years.
My granddad used to run that before the war, before the last war.
Samuel Jones's.
Yeah, it was the big print company.
Is that where it was?
Yeah, because the North Peckham and then the Aylesbury was built, which are like, if you go past the Aylesbury now, I mean, if there's ever a place that needs to be torn down, I mean, it makes Moss Side look like a pleasure. You know, it does. Yeah. Do you remember old Moss? Do you remember Moss Side years and years ago, Andrew? Do you remember it at all? No. Well, I mean, it's all Chinese people, all Chinese restaurants now, but or it used to be. I know it still is. But Moss, all those places I mentioned, terrible places. But places like North Peckham and Aylesbury were fucking awful. I mean, it really is a shithole. I mean, if any place needs nuking, that's it. And I lived on the A Gate, which is now completely gone and been rebuilt. You know,
the A Gate? That was Elephant.
The A Gate. You know, as you come up, Rodney Place. It comes from you go up New Kent Road, got that going up to the Elephant.
I was going to say it's up near the Elephant, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It's the biggest estate up as you come up Old Kent Road. You bare left to go up New Kent Road to the Elephant, and it's up on the biggest estate on the left hand side. Yeah, that was the A Gate, and I was the fourth person on there in 73, 4, whatever it was.
Well, they sold everyone as a dummy there. They sold them on like nice hot running water and central heating, and that they got people out of the tenements, didn't they?
It was background. It wasn't central. It was background heat. You had one big blower, and it's a blow heat out, and it was all what's the word? And it was like because it was like a 2-bedroom from where we came out of in Marmot, which was full of damp and shit, and we had a ghost as well, which I used to have a row with, and it was hilarious.
It threw him across the room for being noisy.
Oh yeah, that was opposite my mother's house. I got picked up by a ghost, but in the house,
Mike. I interviewed Elaine Thorpe the other day. We had an hour. Right. We just got chatting and got to know each other. She's having a load of decorating done in her house. Once it's done, next time she comes on, she's going to go into trance, and I'm going to be interviewing her spirit guide, which is going to be very
Jonathan. Yeah, really, it's a must watch. That is a bit if you're into that stuff.
That's going to be really good, man.
But the A Gate, the A Gate. I mean, I was there when Elvis Presley died. It's a worry, isn't it? That's how long ago. What was that? 76, 75?
77.
I left the A Gate in 79. I left the A Gate. Christmas.
Comes to me, lie me on the floor. Yeah, I didn't know I was a pub singer, did you?
Well, it came on saying they were rough places. I've got to tell you, mate, they still are.
Where's Kate living anyway? She ain't answered the question, is she?
I ain't no shrinking violet, but I won't want to walk around there at night.
No, mate. No, I know. We're lucky nowadays, Michael. We're refined Kentish gentlemen, you know?
Yeah, men are Kent, or is it Kentish men? I don't know. But we're all Kent.
I used to live in Bromley by Bow.
See, bracket.
Right on the A102M.
Yeah, I saw your tent on the roundabout. It was great. Did you get a bad chest from it, all them fumes?
So on Saturday, I was cycling back through Marden, and the police had pulled an Astra over, and I sat about 30 yards behind them, and I was just on my bike having a drink, and this copper kept looking around at me. I don't know why, whether he could feel my energy. He was very uncomfortable, and he kept looking at me and smiling. Anyway, so I cycled up, and I parked up alongside a lamppost, and I've got my drink in my hand, and my front wheel span, and it whacked him in the leg, and he's looking at me. I'm thinking, oh, fucking, here we go. And I said to him, so what's the crack here then, Constable? What are we all standing around for? He said, I'm waiting for a tow truck. I said, all right. I said, for what? He said, for the Astra. I went, I said, where's the man or woman that was in it then? And he went, I don't know, they've gone now. I went, oh, fabulous. I said, so why are you taking it? I said, where's the injured party? Is there a man or woman that's been injured, run over, murdered? What? He said, no. He said, no. It's just something on it. I went, oh, so you're stealing then? You're nicking property? And he looked at me and went, well, no. I said, yeah. I said, no, you are, because there's no crime, is there? Because you ain't got the intent and the harm. He went, oh, you reckon? I went, no, I know. I've studied law for a long time. I said, but the law's an arse. I said, really and truthfully, you're just robbing people and nicking their state. He said, well, no, am I nicking? It's going to go to the crusher. I said, are you proud of that? That you're depriving men and women? I said, there's no crime without a victim. And anyway, as I cycled off, I said, I hope he forgives you. I could see his cogs turning in his head. He was, oh, do you know what? In hindsight, I wish I'd claimed the bloody motor. I wish I'd gone up and put my hand on it and said, it's not abandoned no more. This is mine. Take it home to my house. I wonder what would have happened. I wonder what would have happened.
Well, that's right. Well, the thing is, I mean, you can't have, as you say, under common law, unless there's a victim, unless there's an injured party, like robbery, murder, theft, anything like that. That's fair enough.
If you don't find the body,
habeas corpus.
How are you sure that someone's been murdered?
Well, no,
habeas corpus, wasn't it?
No, habeas corpus ain't that. That's not habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus is when they have to let you out of jail because you've not been charged.
That's right.
Well, there's a lot of people in jail. Like my daughter's partner's banged up, been back nearly 2 years, and they won't let him out. He's tried everything to get out. They won't let him out.
Well, that's because they're a mafia, and habeas corpus.
It's the NCA, Dave. The NCA law up themselves. The NCA do what they fucking like. They could just they walk in, and they're only interested. They're not interested in rape. They're not interested in anything that's not about money. If you're a drug dealer, a trafficker, or a launderer, and talking to drug dealers, there's one. Look, he looks a real. He does. He looks stoned, doesn't he? You always reminded that someone's been sucking the top of your head. There's no.
Oh, okay. If you had a nose in the back of your head, you look like a fucking pig.
That's so unsolved. I wish you'd revert back to type. Typical fucking Chelsea fan. Look, we're playing you Saturday. What do you reckon? Playing you Saturday.
Look, I might need your help on Tuesday, guys.
Wait, we're coming on Tuesday.
Yeah, but I'll be in Carlisle.
Oh, well, that's a worry, isn't it?
I'll be in Paisley.
Paisley, Scotland.
No, Carlisle on the Tuesday, Paisley on the Wednesday.
What are you doing up there? Yeah?
I'm going for a week to Scotland with Sandy.
Oh, lovely.
I'm going to do a live, some all sorts of things we're doing in Scotland. We're going to do the Warriors Orphan Homes anniversary. Where the children are buried.
Is Sandy your boyfriend?
Very much so.
I thought I'd ask. Sorry. Just asking. I just wanted
to. No, Sandy's a great guy. You know that.
And, he is. Yeah. Bless him.
He's a brilliant campaigner. So whatever we say, we've got to put all jokes aside and give credit where it's due.
Amen.
Yeah, he's great. He's brilliant. He really is. Andrew, you should get hold of one of them. This guy, all these guys you're meeting now. This is Alan Merritt. That's Andrew, my friend. Andrew's just come on tonight. But Alan's got a real story to tell about child abuse and all that, which is just program on itself. Fascinating stuff. Harrowing.
Oh, harrowing.
Yeah, harrowing stuff. And but movies. Get away from there. What's even worse than that is that Chelsea beat Spurs, and that would be worse than anything I can think of, because I know it's not going to happen, of course. And also, you still haven't said whether you want to do this bet with me for the end of the season.
Oh,
because I know what it's like. I said, you have a bet. Whoever buys the curry.
Listen, we'll sort out the Ruby and a sherbet, regardless.
3 minutes.
You won't tell us where you live.
Gentlemen, we have.
I'll come down and I'll take you guys out. Don't worry about that.
We have 3 minutes to the end of the stream, gentlemen. I'm not going to be late.
Oh man!
So
it seems to go quick, doesn't it?
It does when you've got great people on.
Yeah, you come on too late. Why come you so late coming on, Alan?
Well, I thought you had a good guest on, so I thought I'd let somebody with sense stay on rather than.
You mean me? You mean me? I'm a great guest.
Well, you was right early on.
You'll know that when we all come around your house one night just to move in for a weekend. You'll know how good guests we are.
Well, and that was including Spear as well, by the way.
Spear thrower. Well, Jenny bumped up there. Quiet.
Spear chucker.
Spear chucker. Yeah, I've got to call my girlfriend, but I'll get told up with that.
Michael.
What?
Oh, she's lovely. She's lovely, Maxine. Is she all right? How's her headaches?
her headaches.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Terrible. When she stops talking, I'll probably be all right. But she's fine. Oh, you talking about her? Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, she's really. She's it's that time of her life, isn't it? You know, she's going through that awful period of her life when it's everything changes. A bit like Alan went through.
Me. Who's got? Is it just me that can end the stream, or can have other people end the stream?
I think it's only you, isn't it?
Only you. Only you.
Only the host.
Only Dave. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's been really good, Andrew. I'm glad you came on. It's really good to see you, mate. And
thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. It's really nice and lovely man as well.
Yeah, you sound a really good guy, Andrew. It's a shame you with the fucking felons with you.
Yeah. Let's see that you can't be nice on him for too long. It's awful. So anyway, Andrew, hopefully you'll come back. Well, you've got the link now to how to get into it.
Yeah.
In fact, you'll be on it for a week because me and Dave still can't work it out.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
You click on the link, and it comes to the stream.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Well, I got right roasted earlier. I thought Jason was going to burst a blood vessel.
Yeah, he was really up for it, wasn't he? Old Jay. He's got his darkened room now.
I feel like
lay down in the dark room.
He's like, right, Dave, you got it, and I'm sitting at home thinking, I'm doing my fucking lines here. I'm doing like, oh yes, sir. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not good with tech. I'm not.
He's a right fucking mother in at times, isn't he?
Cool, he gives you one. I'm telling you, I'm sitting there thinking.
Tells you off. He does tell you off. He does.
Like one of my old geography teachers. I'm waiting for the old school board rubber to come flying through the fucking office and smack me on the back.
Andrew's on computers all day. He's a real whiz kid.
Get that wooden ruler out, Jay.
Yeah.
Andrew, come on. You're a techie on it.
I've got computers coming out my ears. I started at 7:30, and I won't finish tonight till 12:30.
Fucking hell, I've got hairs coming out mine.
I've lost the will to live.
Yeah, I've lost the will to live.
Fucking unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. I play video games and all that, and I sit there sometimes big 3 or 4 hours. You think, what the fuck's the time gone? But you know, and as you're trying to get up, you sort of walking like a chair. You know what I mean? Until you sort of finally walk up, and it's bloody awful. But I don't know.
You can actually get up. I can't get out of this chair.
Here, Michael, where we're working. Mikey, we're working, right? I'm not going to say the name of the road, but it's only a 2-minute drive for me down the road. And Mark yesterday, he's out cutting some tiles on the front because we've got wheel cutters and all that. And he noticed a private ambulance had pulled up over the road, and they'd wheeled out this woman, brown bread, slapped her in the private ambulance, and she's off. She's turned her toes up. She's off to the cooler. Anyway, today the council's round there taking all the beds and all the paraphernalia about with all the NHS bits and bobs straight out the house. Fucking hell! I mean, what? That's just tourism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you say that. When my dad was in the Medway Hospital, and he was dying, and they came in, and my dad's laying there, and he's got all the things on it. And they took him all off. So what are you doing? He said, "Well, he's dying. What's the problem?" That's what they said. Yeah, I fucking freaked. I had to be physically restrained, and the nurse and the senior registrar came and said, "What's the problem?" I said, "They're fucking taking all this stuff away. My dad ain't dead yet. What is wrong with you lot?" He said, he looked round. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "His dad's dying, and this is what." And that's the NHS for you.
I think the NHS is a fucking dodgy proposition right now. I ain't going.
It's gone. It's gone.
If I cut my fucking arm off, I'm rocking that bastard. I'm tying it up, sorting it in tar, and I ain't going nowhere near them buildings.
Fucking Alan, you just become Cecil B. DeMille. You've gone widescreen, mate. Well impressed with that. Well done.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, absolutely. We talked about and the slip earlier on. You only have the old foreskin cut off. Did you have yours done?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. They've done it in the kids' zone.
Did? Oh, really?
When I had mine done, Mike, they threw the wrong bit away.
I know. That's why we call you.
This is that walking foreskin. That's what I'm saying.
Well, your real name's Dick, isn't it? Let's be honest.
This is a walking foreskin. That's what this is. Sorry, ladies, if you just spit your coffee out and your nipples.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I am the walking foreskin. You can call me that. Here comes a walking. Listen, Andrew, before you go, it's been lovely having you. And I want to let you know that I am a walking miracle because I've never worn a mask, I've never sanitised, and I've certainly got no jabs in me. And I'm 54 and I'm still a fucking life. Can you believe it?
That's brilliant.
I'm telling you, the walking miracle. You've spoke to the walking miracle tonight, mate.
When are you coming on the march?
Oh, I've been on a few demos. Me and Mike. I've not quite got my yellow gold star yet. My armband sorted out. It's coming.
No, you ain't, have you?
No. So you know, we when me and Mike was up there a couple of months ago, it was about 6 or 7 of us, and I walked into this boozer in Whitehall, and I said, "You all right, mate?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You got a table?" About 6 or 7 of us. He went, "Oh," he said, oh, he's looking around. He went, he's looking outside, looking at them. Like he looked at Mike first. I think he thought something's going on here. He says, "You got any masks?" I went, "No." He said, "You jabbed?" I went, "No." He said, "We don't serve people like you."
All right, babe, come here in a minute.
I went, "Well, hang on a minute."
Hang on a minute.
I said, "Do you want me to put my gold armband on? Do you want me to put a tattoo up my wrist? Would that suit you?" I said, "You know what, mate? Fuck you and fuck your restaurant." I said, "I hope you go bust." I said, "We're going.
We were witness to this. It's just, but look what's happening in Australia. That bill, and that's what's coming here.
Yeah.
The dot on the card, they've already got these 6 super centres, and where you go to re-educated, a re-educational.
Today, I think today was the day that the NHS workers that weren't going along with all this. If it's today or they lose their job, so it's going to be interesting to see what the hell plays out.
Good point. I've got to go, guys, because me pussy's just come in.
Yeah, well, hello.
No answer to that, really, is there?
Good night, gentlemen. Thank you, Andrew, for joining us. Michael, as always, lovely to see
pleasure.
you.
Andrew, I'll speak to you on Andrew, I'll talk to you on the old
tippy tappy.
Yeah. Thank you, Spear Thrower, and his gorgeous wife, Alan. We'll see you Tuesday.
All right, Spear Thrower.